with agility and resilience. In the fast-paced and interconnected world we live in, traditional management approaches are no longer sufficient. We must be agile, adaptable, and responsive to national and international realities, and to the needs of those we serve, including Pakistanis at home and abroad. This requires a paradigm shift in how we conduct our business. Upon assuming office, I realized the need to improve the morale of the diplomatic service. Our bureaucracy was fraught with red tape, limited resources, and outdated tools. To tackle these challenges head-on, I tasked a team from within the ministry. Their insights and feedbacks shaped the change management reform, a transformative reform plan to revitalize the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. During the process of formulating the change management reform, we actively sought input from all levels of the ministry, including through a comprehensive survey from officers based at the headquarters and those posted at missions abroad. This survey exercise received an overwhelming feedback and provided critical insight on issues and challenges confronting the service. The key areas identified for improvement include the conditions of service, internal communication, decision-making processes, nimble organizational structure, career development framework, and technology integration, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, let's face it, the world is changing at lightning speed. Technological advancements, shifting power dynamics, and interconnectedness have become the new norm. We are here to lead the way, to embrace the change, and to create a ministry that is agile, robust, and ready to tackle any global challenge that comes our way. Today, I was briefed by my colleagues on the overall status of the reforms process at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I want to share with you an update in this regard on reform actions that we have undertaken. There are a total of 51 initiatives relating to various work streams in the ministry. 19 of those are fully implemented, 3 are partially completed, and 29 are on track for completion. These relate to areas such as automation and digitization of functions pertaining to human resources, administration and finance, as well as communication and security, logistics, career development, and mobility framework, knowledge management, public diplomacy, consular and protocol services, and last and not least, training facilities at the Foreign Service Academy. A ministry that works like a well-oiled machine where outdated procedures and internal inefficiencies are relics of the past. This is our aim. A ministry that communicates seamlessly by removing outdated means to more efficient and paper-smart options, breaking down silos and barriers between headquarters and our missions abroad. A ministry that is not bound by bureaucratic red tape, but operates with speed, efficiency, and effectiveness. A foreign service that is equipped to deliver on a people-centric, development-focused, and peace-orientated diplomacy. We have achieved remarkable milestones in recent times. For example, Pakistan's early exit from the FATF grey list, our key role in creating the Loss and Damage Fund at COP27 for countries impacted by climate change related calamities, global recognition of Pakistan's leadership at G77 plus China, as well as our stewardship of the OIC Chair of the Council of Foreign Ministers are some of the key diplomatic achievements. Bilaterally, we have reinvigorated our relationships, broken barriers, and formed new partnerships. To maintain our leadership, we must embrace the future. We must become a knowledge-based economy, fostering innovation and technology leadership. By leveraging technology, we can make our government more accessible, efficient, and responsive to the ever-evolving global dynamics and needs for our society. We will be willing to challenge the status quo. We must be willing to challenge the status quo. We cannot continue with business as usual approach if we are to achieve any breakthroughs in our objectives. So what does the change management reform entail? The change management reform is going to be our blueprint for success. It's about efficiency, about streamlining our processes, eliminating unnecessary steps, and ensuring ease of doing business. It's about leveraging modern technologies to unlock new levels of productivity and business continuity. It's about putting the well-being of Pakistani citizens abroad at the forefront, ensuring their safety and providing them with the support they need. It is about empowering our personnel, giving them the tools, incentives, and opportunities to excel. It is about effective knowledge management, harnessing the collective wisdom within our ministry to make informed decisions. It's about articulating and propagating Pakistan's foreign policy objectives with conviction and clarity. It's about fostering harmonious relationships internally amongst ourselves and our line ministries, as well as externally with foreign diplomats and dignitaries through enhanced protocol practices. It's about optimizing consular services, providing prompt assistance to our citizens wherever they may be. It's about improving the conditions of services, including harmonizing the salaries and allowances of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at headquarters and abroad. And it's about equipping future diplomats with the skills and the right kind of training they need to navigate the complexities of the modern era. Additionally, we recognize the importance of empowering our workforce. They are the most valuable asset of our ministry. We will invest in their development, providing them with the necessary resources, skills, training, and opportunities to grow both personally and professionally. Our senior officers will be mentors and coaches, guiding their teams and enabling them to unleash their full potential. We believe that by empowering our officers, we will create a workforce that is engaged, motivated, and committed to achieving our organizational and foreign policy goals. Today, as we launch the Change Management Reforms Initiative, we are just launching a plan. We're not just launching a plan, we're launching a movement of reform, a movement towards progress, excellence, accountability. Lastly, I want to emphasize that the management reform is not a one-off event, but an ongoing process. We should continuously evaluate our practices, solicit feedback, and adapt as needed. Change is inevitable, and we must be proactive in embracing it. In conclusion, the reform of our management practices is crucial for MOFA's success in this modern diplomatic landscape. By fostering these reform initiatives, we will position ourselves as a dynamic and forward-looking institution, better able to adapt to maintain a high tradition of service customary associated with us. I thank you, and just before I sign off, I want to run through some of the initiatives that I was briefed in detail today that are in various stages of implementation. We had broken down the areas in which we were conducting our management change management reforms initiative into the following areas: human resources, finance, improvement of headquarters and adult buildings, logistics, communications, and protocol. And in all these areas, I'm happy to report that our team has made significant progress, and I'm very impressed with the pace of the implementation and the pace of progress that we managed to achieve so far, and I'm optimistic about what we will be able to do going into the future. The summary, there's a very detailed summary that I've been briefed on, so I'm going to just very quickly try and run through what I can. In this, for example, under human resources, we've have had a comprehensive review of the Foreign Service Academy curriculum. And what I'm particularly proud of as part of the reform of the curriculum, along with the ongoing sort of the regular training and academic training that one receives to become a diplomat, a diplomat here at the Foreign Office, there's been a component of practical diplomatic skills that have been added and will be weighted as part of the grading mechanism for young diplomats coming forward, and in fact the next batch of young diplomats that we have will have already gone through this new changes that have been made to our curriculum, along with sort of theory and the important, obviously continuing important parts of becoming a young diplomat, the practical skills that one requires to conduct the job well are also being taught, including sort of speech writing, brief preparation, public speaking, teamwork, event management, even socialization and networking skills, critical thinking, etc., in order to encourage more well-rounded young diplomats to join us here at the Foreign Ministry. And this training avenue, or this comprehensive review of our FSA curriculum, is already 100% complete. On language training, the trainees reach in specific levels of competency, and the posting of officers to stations where their language skills will be cemented. Again, in this area, we also have our policy has been approved and is 90% completed. As far as our rotational policy is concerned, the policy envisions a rotation among main geographic regions, A, B, C, and X, Y, and Z stations, as well as bilateral, multilateral assignments, and the exercise is complete insofar as our ministry is concerned. Bridging the cadre strength is par with the operational necessities. A summary seeking 44 positions at HQ has been, we're ongoing discussions which is near conclusion with the Prime Minister, and I'm hoping that soon, before our departure, we will have good news on this front as well. We've also started training modules for the various categories of our staff here at MOFA, and to include training modules for our security guards, for our drivers, for our officials who deal with IT, and 5 training sessions have been conducted in the last 4 months, and 4 sessions are planned in the next 4 months. So this is to ensure that all our staff employed with the Foreign Office or at embassies abroad are all trained and brought up to par for their new postings, and I'm very happy that this has already been completed by 50%, and once 50% is completed and our next stock of people go abroad, they will also receive this training. Sorry, I'm just going through quite a few. Okay, key performance indicators. This is something that we felt was important for our missions abroad, that we have key performance indicators for everyone that has been stationed out there, and we have a relatively quantitative way to judge an ambassador's or a diplomat's performance while they've been abroad. And our key performance indicators have been approved. We've got, say, 90% of the work on this is already done, and there's just some fine-tuning that needs to be completed. But this we thought was important, more as a terms of reference as well as a means to gauge the performance of our officers. So there's a set of TORs, our young officers, everybody going abroad will now have a little bit more of a little bit more specific job description, but exactly what we're looking for in their performances, and they'll have a benchmark to not only for us to compare their performance, but compare their performance with their peers, and I think that's important. Digitization is also an area where we've made a lot of progress, and we introduced a human resources management system for more effective human resources and career planning. The system has already been designed, data entry in respect to offices has been completed, hosting facility at the NTC has been arranged, and the issuance of individual officers' IDs and passes are being generated by NITB. In phase 2, staff will be included in the HRMS system. So this is also our digitization initiative, particularly for human resource management, is also something that we managed to complete, and that we believe is very important. It leads us not only towards a paperless system, but again, it's important for quantitative analysis of people's performance. We've had financial issues consistently at the ministry, and I'm happy to report that we've managed to overcome them. Finance division has made sure that we meet all our obligations and provided us with the necessary finances to do so. We've also introduced a financial management system which is a system designed by NITB, and the first training session for accountants at HQ and missions abroad have been completed and feedback received, and this is being incorporated into our system, and the expected launch will be by the end of this month. This is also 95% complete, so the introduction of a financial management system will again help with our administrative and financial needs. We've also conducted a review of what is the FMMA to bring it in line with the contemporary realities, and that is the Manual of Financial Management and Missions Abroad, and this our administrative team has now reviewed and has made it more relevant. It was out of date and very extensive, and now it should be more relevant to our people. More improvements and changes that we made here at the ministry is the solarization of the ministry buildings with the assistance of our Chinese friends who provided us with some financing. We will be conducting the solarization of our ministry, and we're looking, we feel that this meets our green targets, our climate targets also, and obviously our expenditures and our expenses that we have here at the ministry. This project is 25% complete and still has some work to do. We've also reviewed our
दुनिया के साथ अच्छे रवाबित के लिए अहम फैसले ज़रूरी हैं। डिप्लोमेटिक सर्विस के उसूलों ज़वाबित पर पूरी तरह अमल दरामद ज़रूरी है। किसी भी ग्लोबल चैलेंज से निपटने के लिए हमा वक्त तैयार रहना होगा। ऐसा कहना था वज़ारत ख़ारजा बिलावल भुट्टो का, जो कि इस वक्त तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे हैं।
और वक्त हुआ है हेडलाइंस का।